So last season, the Minnesota Timberwolves ended a long playoff drought. And you'd think the situation in Minnesota would be pretty normal after that. But that's simply not the case. There's been a report recently that Jimmy Butler is fed up with the nonchalant Timberwolves, more specifically Karl Anthony Towns. And when he says nonchalant, he's referring to the nonchalant attitude of his younger teammates. And like I said, the center of this problem is Karl Anthony Towns. But trading away one of the best young centers in the league is just not going to happen. The Timberwolves would not do that. So the only thing Jimmy Butler can do is leave the Timberwolves and go someplace else. Jimmy can opt out of his contract next summer and become an unrestricted free agent. And the Timberwolves reportedly want to offer Jimmy Butler a max contract. But after hearing what's been going on with Jimmy Butler and the younger guys in Minnesota, I don't think Jimmy Butler's going to be accepting this max contract. He wants to go somewhere else. There's also been a report that Jimmy Butler wants to team up with Kyrie Irving on an Eastern Conference team. And this is mainly because LeBron James is now in the Western Conference because he joined the Lakers in free agency. So yeah, next summer, Kyrie Irving and Jimmy Butler can opt out of their contracts and both become free agents. There's also a possibility that the Timberwolves could trade Jimmy Butler. Here are 5 teams that are the best landing spots for Jimmy Butler if he ends up leaving the Minnesota Timberwolves. Team number 5, the Philadelphia 76ers. So the Sixers are rumored to be interested in trading for Kawhi Leonard from the Spurs, and in order to get Kawhi, they would have to give up Dario Saric, maybe Robert Covington, and a couple picks. But the Sixers don't want to do that. They feel like they're giving up way too much for Kawhi Leonard. The Sixers are also looking to sign LeBron James during this free agency, and that ship has just sailed away since LeBron is now on the Lakers. But head coach Brett Brown has openly acknowledged the hunt for a veteran star to team with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And right now, the Sixers do have cap space to bring Jimmy Butler to Philadelphia to a big contract next summer. It could be the max, and it probably will be the max. But the only problem with Philadelphia is that he won't be able to team up with Kyrie Irving. There's no way to bring Kyrie to Philadelphia, so that's the only downside about Jimmy Butler going to the 76ers. Number 4, the Los Angeles Lakers. Alright, so LeBron on the Lakers now, everybody knows that, and they're looking to surround LeBron James with talent, and with Boogie already signing with the Warriors, adding another star has to be on the horizon. Yes, there have been rumors of Kawhi wanting to go to LA, even saying that he'll sit out a season until he becomes a Laker. But honestly, talks of having Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers have been going nowhere, and the Lakers don't feel like they're going to be landing Kawhi Leonard this season, but maybe next season in free agency they could get him. But that is next season, and they need a star now to surround LeBron James and get him some help. And it also didn't help that Paul George signed back with OKC instead of coming to LA. But here's a potential trade that could go down to send Jimmy Butler to the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers would give up Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, Luol Deng, and a future first-round pick in order to receive Jimmy Butler. That's just a potential trade that could happen and most likely will happen if Jimmy ends up going to the Lakers. The Timberwolves would get 2 promising young players in Kuzma and Ingram in exchange for taking that bad contract off the Lakers' hands, and that bad contract being Luol Deng. But Jimmy could also just opt out of his contract next season and team up with Kyrie and LeBron in Los Angeles. It's a big possibility, man. Number 3, the Boston Celtics. Before the Bulls traded Jimmy Butler to the Timberwolves, the Celtics were heavily rumored to have interest in Butler. And since Kyrie is already in Boston, Danny Ainge can go ahead and make a trade for Jimmy to come to Boston between now and the trade deadline. The only issue with this is the salary cap, and that since they're both going to have max contracts, it would be tough to fit them two together under the salary cap to keep most of the Celtics roster together. They have such a young core. But center Al Horford does have a player option of his own for 2019-2020. Here's a potential trade that could go down between now and the trade deadline. The Celtics would give up Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, and Marcus Morris. And the Celtics would receive Jimmy Butler and Tyus Jones. Once again, just a possible trade that could go down. The Celtics aren't really looking to get rid of Jaylen Brown. They already said that. But the Celtics also wouldn't do this because they want to make sure that Jimmy Butler isn't a rental since his contract is expiring next season, so maybe this wouldn't be the best thing for the Celtics to do. Number 2, the New York Knicks. The Knicks are currently projected to have the 10th most salary cap space in the league for the 2019-2020 NBA season. $44.7 million to be exact. So one max contract that season is easily doable. But if you trade Courtney Lee's and Joakim Noah's horrendous contracts, this will open the door to sign 2 max players in that season, and that season will have a loaded free agency class. And what 2 max players would they get, you ask? Well, they would get none other than Kyrie Irving and pair him up with Jimmy Butler, just like Jimmy Butler wanted. And they would also have a healthy Kristaps Porzingis. So this seems like it's the biggest possibility, but what team is number 1? Let's find out. Number 1, the Brooklyn Nets. The situation is similar just like it was for the Knicks. The Nets only have 5 players under contract for next season, and their projected cap space would be just above $70 million next summer. This fits the criteria for 2 max contracts where Jimmy Butler and Kyrie Irving can both sign. But what's the difference between the Nets and the Knicks? Kyrie Irving grew up and went to high school in New Jersey, so his desire to play closer to his hometown in Brooklyn would seem to be clear. And for Jimmy, just him teaming up with Kyrie Irving, he'll pretty much team up with him anywhere in the Eastern Conference, so that shouldn't be an issue for him. The Nets are in the right place. They have the right coach in place with Kenny Atkinson. And the East right now arguably is wide open. You could argue that the Celtics have it ruled, but right now without LeBron James, the Eastern Conference is wide open. It really is. With Kyrie and Jimmy teaming up in Brooklyn, they both could lead the Nets into a deep playoff run. And yeah, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think of the list. Let me know where you think Jimmy Butler is going to end up going in the comments section below. If you guys are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. More content is on the way. And I'm out.